This is just a little project I want to keep documented. So this is the suite that's in the basement of our house, and the floor that was down there before, you can kind of see it. There's two layers of just tile, just lousy plastic, nylon, or whatever tile. And I want to lay down some nice laminate board. Looks like that. Lay that down. It's slate colored. Give it a metallic feel. Have it match the faux granite top. So what I've done is that's the spot where the fridge used to be. So I've just moved the fridge out so I can do this properly. Move the fridge out, cut some foam to fit into all the space. So what you do with this laminate flooring, you lay down a piece of foam, put the laminate on top, and the foam is it's an insulator, which they don't really need down here, but it'll keep the humidity out, I think, and also muffles the sound as you're walking on the laminate, and just a little nicer feel, I think, as you're walking across the floor. So what I did was, that's where the stove usually is, so I pulled that out because I want to lay the laminate in one straight piece. I don't want to just cut it around the appliances down here. I want to lay a straight row of laminate floor right along that edge right there. Of course the oven will cover up the stuff in the back, and I could put the laminate, I guess, all the way in the back underneath where the stove would be, but probably not going to do that. So lay down the foam. So you cut a little bit extra, and you lay it 2 inches up on the side of the wall. So I've got it on that side, and then you connect the two pieces together. That black thing is a sticky tape that you undo, and then you tie the two pieces together. And then you can see where I've got the foam a couple inches above. So that just keeps any, I think it's supposed to keep the water from running into the cracks. I think, I'm not quite sure, but that's what I'm just guessing. So I'm going to lay all this 2 long strips of foam down, and then just start to lay the laminate flooring in on the side. Okay, just stopping mid-cut. So what you need to do is this laminate flooring, it's tongue and groove, so there's the tongue coming off, and then it slips into the groove on the other side. So for the one end, the starting edge needs to be flush against the wall or whatever the surface is. So what you need to do is trim that off. Easiest way by far and best is with a table saw. So I've set that saw up in the fence, just a little bit, just enough to cut the edge off. I'll get it on. I'm going to do it a little bit more than I'll finish up. Okay, so that edge is perfectly straight now. Okay, I'll do that for all the boards that run along the right-hand wall. And then what you must do is, after you've cut the long edge, you cut the tongue off the long edge. You then go cut the tongue off the top edge too, because there's tongues on 2 sides and then grooves on 2 sides. And then what'll happen is this will go into the corner like that. And it'll just be very nice and flat, okay? So I'm laying down a laminate floor. I'm in the basement. I started on the other side first. Now I've gone back and I'm starting on the other side, the opposite. I think it's laying a lot better, so perhaps I was putting the pieces in incorrectly. So, so far, so good. So I laid foam down on the floor, and that muffles the hard laminate floor a little bit, keeps it insulated from water and heat. Not so much problem here because it's in the basement. So what I've done now, I've just cut that. So hopefully that's going to fit nicely in there. Yeah, so that cut fit perfectly, actually. So good job. That'll come down. I just need to hammer that in a little bit. All right. Okay, getting done. So there's the fridge back in. So I laid the flooring all the way to the back wall, and the fridge just slides back in now, which is nice. So I got those corners worked out nicely. Now I just need to lay the floor that way. I started on this side before, it just wasn't working. So start on that side, and now it seems to be doing way better. The way that these laminate floors interlock is much better the way I'm doing it now, which is to take just show you, taking it's called like a thin tongue, and then inserting it into the opposite side, which is a groove, with a big fat tongue with a groove. So when I did this side, I was slipping the big fat tongue under the thin tongue, and that just wasn't producing a nice clean connection between the tiles. This way, I'm putting the thin tongue into the big fat tongue, and it's working great. Okay, so I'll keep moving along. Okay, well, it's looking really good. Some spares. I've got 3 more rows. I've got to lift up all the appliances off the wall, and put the tile down, and then push the appliances back. But I think we're in the home stretch. So we're right on the finish line here. So I've got every major run in. We've got the behind the dryer and behind the washer area. I'm pretty dirty. Maybe I'll come and clean all that and paint. Then we got the behind the oven area again. I think I'll clean and paint that. And then all I need to do is put that last run in right along the edge, and then fix up the end there. So hallway always a little tough getting all that stuff set up, but looking pretty good. Got all the corners cut out properly. My little trick when I cut, I put Scotch tape down where the line should be. And yeah, so got the appliances over there. So what I'll do is after the floor is in, I'll move all those back, and we're almost good to go. Okay, almost done. I'm about 90+% of the way. So I got to put the trim in. I'll buy new trim and put it around the edge. But hey, this looks good. Got all the appliances back in, not all the way, but close enough for now. So yeah, I think this looks good. And I've just got to finish up the exit. I can't do it today, no time, but I'll do that over the weekend. All right.